folks, it's Tutor Maxwell here and welcome to episode 124 now, the TNA Impact Wrestling TEW2013 Let's Play. You join us at our TNA Impact Wrestling show as we're heading towards our little UK event, which initially was going to be scheduled for the Saturday of this week. It's just going to get moved to the Sunday just to accommodate some arrivals. Basically, as you know, obviously Kevin Steen debuted on our last show, and basically Ring of Honor have a pay-per-view, Border Wars, on the Saturday when the show was scheduled, and I want to put them on the show, so I'm just going to quickly move it after this to the Sunday. But apart from that, we've got 15 segments, again looking at moving on storylines not just for the live event but also for the pay-per-view at the end of the month, Victory Road, and just a couple of pre-show matches which hopefully will build up some workers, gain them some momentum, and hopefully get them some skill improvements. Same as our last show, we'll be booking it from the Giant Centre in the Tri-State region in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and just hopefully again get a good rating and hopefully gain some popularity and importance, because that's where we've been struggling. So here we go, sit back, relax, and here we go with Impact Wrestling. Our first pre-show match in front of 10,265, and about that had some solid in-ring action but not much in the way of heat. Ivelisse Velez and Mia Yim defeated Jessie McKay and Christina Von Erich in 7:01 when Ivelisse defeated Jessie by pinfall. This got a C-58. Unfortunately, Christina was off her game. There was excellent chemistry between Ivelisse and Mia Yim, and good stuff from the commentary team. Christina improves her technical and performance skills, and the dirt sheet just has a lot of negatives for holding back and inconsistency, and a few for low morale as well, but pretty decent considering a lot of these knockouts aren't very over. Our second knockouts contest, and about that featured solid in-ring action but not much in the way of heat. Melissa defeated Vivian Thompson in 5:38 by pinfall with an air raid crash. This got a D46. Another good performance from the commentary team. No worker improvements, but really just a victory for Melissa to hopefully get her some momentum, and then maybe pick her up with some good morale down the line as well. And about it featured solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat. Robbie E defeated Colby Carino in 5:38 with a quick roll-up. This got a D41. I wanted to put Colby over to start his push, but unfortunately Robbie wouldn't do the job. Another negative is both men didn't click together, so we'll know not to put them in a match up in the future. Good work from the commentary team. No skill improvements. And overall a lot of negatives, including low momentum for both guys, and just the worker chemistry, so it is what it is, but it is obviously on the pre-show. And our final pre-show match, and the other guys that haven't been used in tonight's show, in a match that had some good action and average heat. Hawkins, Soldier Rant, and Ua Nation defeated Drew Galloway, Masato Yoshino, and Davey Richards in 10:20 when Ua Nation defeated Masato Yoshino by pinfall with a jackhammer. C+66, very good, because this is practically a mid-card. You know, I'd love to say it's their upper mid-card, but nah, they're mostly mid-card. Try to get to that next level. Only Soldier Ant was off his game, which is good. Disappointingly no worker improvements, but another win, which hopefully continues the rise of Ua Nation. Most guys there, negatives are low momentum, low morale, and for holding back and inconsistency. We start the show with Kurt Angle in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Impact Wrestling, the premier brand on the best wrestling show in the world. I've got a blockbuster match for you tonight as the Invader, Kevin Steen, will face off against TNA's own Alex Koslov. Also, and then Kurt Angle gets interrupted by Trouble. So EC3 hits the ring. He goes, "Whoa, Kurt." Another week goes by, and yet I still have no opponent or title shot in sight. I just beat The Undertaker. I gotta keep this momentum up. Angle replies, "Ethan, relax. Your match and your opponent will come. Tonight, I'm going to give you Matt Hardy. Good luck, and don't overestimate him." So EC3's dying for this big match because he's coming off that big win off The Undertaker. He's hyped. It's like Mojo Rawley except cooler. But he's hyped, and he's going to get a match up against Matt Hardy this evening, where he can hopefully continue his momentum. But a B80 there, and a good segment from Kurt Angle as he promotes that, and the match with Kevin Steen and Alex Koslov. An extremely short match, EC3 defeats Matt Hardy in 4:38 with the headlock driver. B-75, not bad considering Matt lacks popularity, but I mean EC3 just seems to thrive in these shorter matches. Great chemistry between him and Matt, which is good, reflected by that good opening match. No skill improvements in the dirt sheet. There's very few negatives, in fact it is mostly Matt Hardy in the length of the match, but overall I'm pretty happy with that. A solid opener. The bout featured solid in-ring action but not much in the way of heat. Jesse Sorensen and Jake Carter defeated Team 3D in 6:58 when Jesse Sorensen defeated Brother Devon by pinfall. This got a decent C-58 considering we're still trying to build up Sorensen and Carter. Delighted that Team 3D are willing to do the job and put these teams over, and hopefully it can really bring up some new tag teams. Johnny Devine did some good work at ringside. Obviously Team 3D have excellent chemistry. Another good outing for the commentary team. Disappointingly no skill improvements. Negatives here. Obviously declining physical ability both for Team 3D, and just a few negatives for Jesse Sorensen and Jake Carter as well. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Mascara Dorada defeats Morrison in 10:22 by pinfall in a non-title match. A very good B-72, so very happy they were able to put that match together. We may build this up into a feud if that's the case. It continues the X Division storyline, which obviously still has Joey Ryan in it at the moment until he leaves. No skill improvements. Negatives here. Pretty much the booking was fine, it's just both guys are really maybe unhappy and are holding back a little bit. But that's still a decent rating and I'm happy with that. That's a decent mid-card match at B-72. Before the match between Madison Rayne and Angelina Love, we have Ivelisse Velez, John Matt Striker and Mike Tenay on commentary to give her thoughts on Angelina and the feud so far. Oh, so far my voice went now. D+51 sets up that she's going to be on colour comms, basically watching this match and scouting her future opponent. The match itself was short, where Angelina defeated Madison in 4:51 by pinfall with a Botox injection. C-55. No skill improvements, and overall, perfectly booked match, just both women lacking overness at the moment. But still, it's like, I still think a 55 is actually decent for a women's match because they're not integrated, it's a women's division, so they don't get treated with as high ratings as they probably should get, so it is still pretty decent, especially they're not two of the greatest workers in the world. After the match, Angelina poses over Madison and the ref hands her title. Ivelisse stands up from commentary and they both stare each other down. So just showing that down the line this match is happening and just adding a bit more tension to the feud between them. A D+53. It's good giving the knockouts a chance and giving them an actual storyline, and hopefully we can only get both of them gaining overness from the story and from the feud. And about the featured great action and a good crowd, Harry Smith defeated Rocky Romero and Kota Ibushi in 13:58 when Harry Smith defeated Ibushi by pinfall. Disappointingly a C+67, I was hoping this would have scored maybe 70s, maybe even pushed an 80. It continues the tag team storyline. The plan here was again giving the Killer Elite squad all the wins here to make them look like a dominant threat. So a good win for Harry. No skill improvements. Negatives here, fatigue, a lot of holding back and the booking decisions, but hopefully it gets Harry Smith into a key player because he's only 29 and there's still a lot of time to push him forward, so delighted with that, just not delighted with the rating. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Bram defeats Chris Hero in 6:27 by pinfall with a curb stomp. Just a D48, or 49 sorry. Wish this could have been better, I don't think these two really click, but we're building up Bram and these are the kind of matches he needs to win. James Mitchell did some good work at ringside. Bram's improving performance skills which can only help him. We're building him up as a monster. A lot of negatives there, and it doesn't help with the declining physical ability of Chris Hero. After losing to Bram, Chris Hero trudges up the ramp slowly, but surely, and is very dejected as he turns to wave to the fans. Drew Galloway runs out of nowhere and starts a beatdown on Hero. The beatdown is vicious and ends with a Scott drop on the top of the ramp. Galloway poses over Hero and screams, "This is the future of professional wrestling." So he's obviously walking up the aisle, just getting ready to say goodbye. Drew Galloway comes out and beats him down. and then finishes it off with a Scott drop. So that's C61, this will continue their feud, and obviously these two are going to clash at the live UK event this weekend, so good angle there. Two mid-carders, I say Hero's on the way down because he's declining physical ability, and Galloway hopefully will be on the way up. So happy with that. Obviously Hero's get low morale through an angle that he wasn't too happy with the other day. That's the way it works out. And about the featured great action and a good crowd, Samoa Joe defeated Chris Jericho in 8:49 by pinfall following interference from Adam Cole. It's only a C+70, very disappointed with that. I thought that had done a lot better. But it does continue the break the walls down storyline because of Adam Cole's interference. Samoa Joe does improve his performance skills. Negatives here again, Jericho's declining physical ability, length and other things as well. Again, Jericho will keep him as high up as we can, but over time he's going to inevitably end up in the mid card and be putting people over because he's declining physical ability. Really just using him as a name to elevate other stars. And about the featured great action and a good crowd, Kevin Steen defeated Alex Koslov in 12:27 by pinfall with an F-Sync. Just a B-74, was kind of hoping we could have maybe got into the 80s with this. I've got that feeling I was popping this show as well. But no skill improvements, no road agent report, and the dirt sheet just as negatives for both guys holding back and being inconsistent in the length of the match. Could have maybe been a bit better, but really was hoping that was a B. But it does add up, you know, that Kevin Steen's here to dominate. After the match, Kevin Steen takes the mic and begins to trash talk. So this is it, huh? Impact Wrestling, this is the biggest threat you can throw at me before CM Punk? God, no wonder this company is what it is. It's a joke. It's just laughable. Punk, you better hope that you're much better than this loser, because when the time's right, I'm going to kick your ass, and at this rate, that won't be very hard. So maybe you should just fess up, admit it. Kevin Steen is a far superior wrestler than you'll ever be. In fact, you're just pretty damn average. So a warning shot from Kevin Steen saying, Punk, if you're on the level of Koslov, don't even show up or I'll kick your ass. So shots fired from Kevin Steen. No skill improvements. Only negative was it being limited for being short. And we're going to be losing Pop again because our main event fails to deliver. And about the featured great good action and a good crowd, CM Punk defeated Ricochet. CM Punk and Ricochet defeated Adam Cole and Shinsuke Nakamura in 15:03 when Ricochet defeats Shinsuke with a chocolate rain. This was used to obviously build him up a little bit with a victory, but also put CM Punk and Nakamura in for the good rating. Only gets a B-74, so we are definitely losing Pop here. God damn it! I thought that would have been a good match or stole the show. Punk continues to foreshadow his heel turn that's coming in the future. Punk improves his performance skills, while Nakamura improves his flying skills. Negatives from the dirt sheet, both guys holding back, Cole's poor gimmick, and the length of the matchup. After the match, Punk ends up in the ring alone, and Samoa Joe appears on the ramp. He grabs a mic and says, well Punk, I may have a no contact clause with you in effect, but no one else has. Then from behind, Kevin Steen runs in and clobbers Punk and starts to beat him down. It's a relentless beatdown with lefts, rights, kicks, before he throws Punk off the ropes and delivers a ruthless pop-up powerbomb. Steen yells at Punk and says, seriously? This is it? What kind of a joke are you? And this is what ends the show. So basically, obviously, Joe distracts Punk, Kevin Steen comes out of nowhere, delivers a pop-up powerbomb, and attacks CM Punk. So in A92, perfect way to end the show. Somehow it still builds up the CM Punk heel turn. It's going to happen eventually, just you don't know when, and you don't know how. We're looking at that, and the TNA World Championship storyline advances with this segment. But weirdly enough, you know, I still think it's a negative rating. The matches just don't seem to be delivering, despite everybody having good overness and being good workers. So it's baffling. But I really just need to try to find that perfect combination, I think, and we'll get there eventually. But I still think we maybe need to load in a few other workers from other companies to help us. So overall, B-76 increased their popularity in Australia, New Zealand, etc., and loses popularity in 17 regions. So a long way to go as we try and improve from there. We'll click on through, we'll see what happens at the main screen. I notice because of the amount of the magnitude of workers in this, that it is a lot longer to load than say the 2009 mod. That obviously just flies through because it's limited workers and companies available. Hopefully it doesn't take too long and we get to the main screen pretty quickly. There we go. So let's have a wee look then. Vast majority enjoyed Crossfire. A pretty good show for Impact Wrestling. I mean, that's an Impact Wrestling that lost Pop. Harry Smith needs a break. April Hunter's retired. Size. We're still 66, which is good, but I'm really worried we're going to drop down from National. That is my big worry. I just don't know where we can get a show. Everywhere's like 66, 67. I want us to try and get somewhere where it's like just solid 80s all the time. It just seems to be struggling to find the right place to do it in. Well, it's frustrating. One thing I'm going to do quickly, because I know I'll end up forgetting, Summer Abroad, modify, and we'll just put that in as Sunday. Perfect. Just to give us a chance to put Kevin Steen on the show. Let's see how we're doing financially. 76,000. See, hopefully this gives us a bit of money. We will be losing a lot of people. Holy shit! You know what I've just realised? Look at the sponsorship income, and then look at the production. Aye, let's how do we put that to DVDs? How is that so high? I know we're putting it on the internet, but I think we should maybe put it in DVDs to try and get some money back. Although internet would have got us more people watching, I think we need to make some more money, because if you look at it, that's it's like 400,000 more expenditure than it is in income, which is really, really worrying. You need to look at that, but we're losing money nearly every month. You know, there's been like 1 month we made profit. Obviously we're going to lose a lot of workers, which may help our worker costs went up as well, which may help our finances there, but still absolutely ridiculous, you know. So we'll hopefully sort that out. As I say, if I just go up my diary, Joey Ryan's leaving, Piper will leaving his contract goes, Lacey, Soze, Stacey Carter, Amy Dumas, Kendrick will probably go, RVD will go. A lot of people whose contracts are up soon will probably be getting released, especially for unwritten deals, just to save us as much money as possible. Probably a bit of my naivety at the start, giving up the 3-year deals, because I thought, oh, this is great, but once I started getting used to the game over time, I know, you know, maybe just keep people, but especially my ICW save, I've been playing offline, where I've just been giving people like 6-month, 3-month deals just to make sure if I'm going to use them or not. So probably just just not being used to the game is why I gave some ridiculous contracts to start with. But hey, that's what it is, and we go through there. We quick look at emails for the ratings. Down on the UK by 0.03, still an 8.72 on Spike. A couple of guys feeling fatigued, but the main thing is we got to get the ratings up, and we got to get the show ratings up because of the momentum and the prestige he's got to gain, so we can get this company higher than 9. Although, as I say, Ring of Honor are a far bigger company than us now, just the way I changed everything at the start and it's cost us. Yeah, in the promotion wars, you know, they're way down here. Maybe that's the case, they've nailed it in the US, but when you go abroad they've got absolutely no importance. But, you know, we tried to expand in a couple of countries and it just didn't work. So what I'm actually going to look at, well, we're still on, place like CZW, right? Yeah, so they've kind of expanded. They may not have been like, the importance is like okay in the US, but it's like literally the same all across the board, which is probably why they're above us. When you compare that to some places, you know, we've got nothing in Japan. We're slowly growing in, say, in Australia and New Zealand. Nothing really in Mexico, but it's about building, you know, building a brand elsewhere rather than just the key component of the UK. The US. So it's that stuff we need to look at. We need to hope we can get some deals done in Mexico and Japan, and hopefully get these places elevated. But that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As I say, next episode will be that UK live event. It may not be called the Summer Abroad. I still don't know what I'm going to call it. But yeah, hopefully we'll have that. Something different, and just a couple of different matchups. Some that relate to storylines, and some that don't. But I say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Any comments in the show, any future tag teams you'd like to see, any potential storylines who you'd like to see get pushed, let me know. And we can maybe see if we can work something out. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell. Thank you as always for watching, guys, and I shall see you for the live UK special. Bye bye.